Welcome to the Tamanaka Collective again. Let's see. So, as you probably remember from another video, I am going to plant some seedlings, some pepper seedlings. But I wanted to show you what I do first with any pots that I put in at first. I always soak them in a little bleach water concentrate, and then I rinse them out. And then that's when I put the soil, the sterilized soil in, and I go and put the plants in. So that's probably what you'll see me doing. It's nothing exciting, but people seem to like to just know how to do things. So here we go. I generally clean these guys out. I cook them for 10 minutes. Just give them a quick rinse. Always bleach and stack them. I'll probably need a towel. I don't like putting them in too small of a pot at first because the plants are only little bitty things. But I don't like putting them in very small pots to begin with and grow them in. I like to have them in a halfway decent sized pot when I'm doing soil, because this gives the roots an extra time to grow, extra room to grow. Exactly. I like to use square pots because they fit in the 72, the 72 pack trays that I like to use. And round pots just won't do that for me. You can't pack them in as well. So I've just filled up the containers with some black soil. I'm just going to soak these guys because it's all the dried soil that you get. And you want to make sure these pack down and get them wet. I haven't put any plants in here. This is just the soil. And then I'll re-water them. This is why I like these pots too, because they have holes in them and they just drain into the trays. These seed trays that I do like them. They're very fragile though, so you don't want to mess with them too much. And yes, there's a whole chlorine killing the vital organisms and stuff, but in the greenhouse I use rainwater that I collect from the roof. So, after the initial one, it'll have plenty of natural things happening to it with the natural rainwater to give it a nice kickstart. But yeah, this is just a lot of water that I just want to just get these things wet so that they can pack down and not get those air bubbles. So yeah, that's what I'll do, and I'll show you how I plant them. It's going to be a very easy process since they're already in soil. The thing is just washing away the dirt, getting the root and just popping it in there. Just as a pro tip, because even though the top's wet, just use a chopstick and get the soil really in there, wet. Because if you don't, then the bottom will just be like dry still, because it will repel some of the water. So you want to make sure the soil is just saturated through and wet. You could use a spoon probably or mix it, but I'll just use a stick, a chopstick, just to make sure everything's wet. And let it drain. Okay, here we are in the greenhouse, and I'm going to plant some of these guys. These are the pepper starts that were in the other room, and they're going to be about that big. And I found that the root system for these guys they're pretty good. They're pretty able to withstand a lot of crap. So what I want to do first though is I have a special stars here. I have a few select peppers that I really like this one's a jalapeno, giant jalapeno, and I went ahead and put some root riot and used root riot to germinate this guy, and he's come up. This seed was from like 2011, so he's kind of old, but he made it. So I'm just going to make a big hole out of a stick a chopstick that I've, you know, put bleach in, make sure it's all sterilized, so it's not going to mess around. And you just stab the guy in there, and then cover it with a little soil. And there you go. There he is. And this one is another one that I've been excited about. This is a Carolina Reaper. And this guy's from 11. Now, the last time I grew a Reaper, the guy had, it grew 5 feet tall and had maybe, you know, 100. So there you go. That is my aeroponic system kicking in. But it had like a good amount of pods on it. And I was not going to grow these because they're just so hot. I mean, what are you going to do with 100 pods other than dare people to eat them? So I put it in and said, nah, I'm not really going to do it. But people kind of like it, so maybe I'll let someone else do with it. Who knows? So there it is. It's not going to hurt me anyway. Maybe I'll sell them. Who knows? Maybe I'll have a whole bunch of peppers started in and then I'll just sell them. Alright, so I have another giant jalapeno right here that I started in the conventional sense, and all this was a soil put on a heat mat, and that's what I did. So I'm going to uproot this guy and stick him in the center, so I'm not even messing with his roots. There you go. I'm going to give these a good water. I mean, this is pretty much stuff that pretty much everyone knows how to do, I imagine. But you never know. I have a cucumber video that was very popular. So I'm just going to go ahead and plant the rest of these guys. My chili de aguas. So gently uproot these guys and plant them with a little bit of the soil. And they probably won't like it at first, but there we go. Just fluff up the soil for them. And then when I water it, it'll just all go crazy. But they need to be transplanted before they get too big and the roots start mingling in with each other. So that's about the fun of planting these guys. I'm kind of also interested in a cloner, and maybe I'll make one. If you guys are interested, just let me know. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'm out of here.